Nope, Duolingo still sucks ass. It is how to fake learn a language. All they want is for you to have the feeling of progress and nothing else. What they do is they make you take their little test and you think that you're getting better, but what you're really getting better at is taking their stupid test. Nothing that they do will translate into real language learning because you never spend any time actually speaking or comprehending the language in the real world. Welcome back. My name's Will. I speak a bunch of languages. I've been a language fanatic for a very long time, so much so that I've had to give interviews in several different languages, on camera, for companies.
Prepar tu mentalidad antes de tener un partido o antes de ir contra un difensore.
I miei genitori non sono persone religiosi, però mi sono reso conto che molte persone non leggono la Bibbia.
Priča hrvatski, kod
Naravno da priča.
Kako ne? You can't fake it. I can't fake it. I know there's a fake polyglot thing that's going around in the internet, and I'm sure at some point we'll take a look at that. I only have one really incredible fake polyglot story. It's my favorite one. I can't remember the dude's name. It's so good. You want to learn a language, that's why we're here, but Duolingo has brought us all together. And the reason that it's brought us together is because it gives you a false sense of hope. You think you are learning when you ain't learning shit.
Okay, and that's the problem.
We, as a society, have an aversion towards being uncomfortable. It is not in vogue. It's not cool to be uncomfortable while learning. Everything has to be done in an easy method, a smooth way. Learn the language in one day, learn it in 2 seconds, do all this, it has to be smooth. None of that could be further from the truth. Learning a language can be messy. It is never going to be perfect. There is an infinite number of words and situations. You cannot plan for it. You don't know when you're going to need this word. You don't know when you're going to need this sentence. It's never perfect. It's ugly and hard. It's gross. Most of the time, it's gross. And you have nerves and anxiety and all this stuff. And guess what you get to stay away from when you do Duolingo? All of that. All of that. It's nice and neatly packaged. One of the worst aspects of this app is that it's going to get you your reward immediately. You are going to get that dopamine hit in 2 seconds. It's going to give you a sound. You're going to get a heart. Unless you're below the age of 3, you don't need a shiny light and some sounds to tell you that you've done good. That was never the goal. When you started this, you said, I want to learn Spanish. You immediately picked up your phone and you were going to send an email, and then an ad popped up with Duolingo. And then something else happened, and you went to Instagram. And then TikTok happened, and you got a notification from your work, right? And then this happened, and then by the time all that stuff happened, you came back, you're like, oh yeah, I should probably still learn Spanish, right? And then so you try and fashion this small part of your day, 30 minutes most likely. That's the average use. The average is somewhere between 15 and 30 minutes a day of Duolingo. And then the hope is, of course, that you're gonna speak Spanish, right? There's nearly 50 million people on this app. 50 million. I thought I was done making these videos. I got done with 2 videos. I thought, I want to get it out of my system, okay? And now, because more than 10 people saw the video, now I have to keep going. And because I don't feel like I'm done, every single time I feel like I've done and said enough about this stupid app, I just look at that stupid bird and its stupid face, and I just think, God, it's gross. You have friends who have spent so much time learning a language and have gotten absolutely nowhere. And the problem is not generally in their aptitude, in their level, in their ability to speak or learn a new language. It is generally speaking because we have all been caught by this stupid green bird and the stupid app and our stupid phones that have lured us into a false sense of learning.
Fight back.
You have to charge up your learning. I mean, behind me you see a bunch of books. You can't see the entire thing, I don't think, but there are a ton of books. And in order for you to get something out of this book, you are going to have to read it for a very long period of time, close your concentration off from the world, you're going to have to charge that up, and then you're going to have to be able to retrieve. The same process happens in language learning. It's just that what we have been taught in school is that you got to get this from rote learning. You don't need to take a list and then memorize it. That's not how it's going to happen. You will notice that if you spend 30 minutes a day on Duolingo across the course of a week, your actual ability to speak and comprehend with the language will not go up. It will go up by this much. It will go up by almost nothing. You're learning to regurgitate their crap and their stuff. It has nothing to do with the real world. Now, if we can shift that into getting you to using a method, of course, there's a billion. There is no perfect method. I'm not here to sell you a perfect method, but I can tell you for sure, we know some stuff that works and stuff that doesn't. You're not gonna learn a language
It's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen, Jesus Christ.
Most people have an aversion to reading. We know that that's down, but I'm going to assume that the majority of you guys here watching this video are above the age of 25, probably even above the age of 30. And so reading won't be that bad, especially considering that we're not asking you to read for 3 hours. I'm talking about the same 30 minutes. I want you to split that into 10 minutes of reading, all right? 10 minutes of watching some form of content that is connected to the reading, and then I want you to spend the last 10 minutes on retrieval. What retrieval looks like is that you need to see what you read, understand what you read, and now convey that information in your target language to someone else, or at least to write it down. Preferably, it would be for you to speak it out loud and to see and hear and get your brain firing around that actual action, the action that you need to do in real life. How much of that time do you spend doing Duolingo? Bring that stupid, play that stupid sound for me. Bring. By the end of this series, if I haven't lost my mind, please at least just subscribe. I have no, this is not the main channel. If you guys want to go see this is just a channel where I talk like a psycho and I just tell you exactly how it is. I just don't care. I don't care anymore. I don't care. It has to change. It has to stop. We can't do this, you guys. You really, literally, we cannot do this for future generations that we want. Because if a future generation thinks that it's okay to not learn a language or it's okay to fake learn a language, we are not going to communicate with each other. We're going to have huge, giant divisions, which is what we have right now. And it's going to be a disaster, you guys. We have to take it back. Please stop doing this stupid app. I'll get into AI stuff again, but once I have no idea how many days I'm going to talk about Duolingo. But once I finally feel good, all right, I'll talk about something else. Maybe you guys can tell me what else to talk about, all right? This is still, the channel is still small. I can still look at comments and respond to stuff. Now, there's one caveat in the stuff that I just told you, which is the stuff that you're reading and that you're watching, okay? Because that's the way we try to, obviously you can listen to something. Comprehensible input. Now, that is just one aspect of this. And you'll notice that I'm not talking about grammar. I'm not gonna talk about grammar yet. This is for you beginners, for you people that have not quite crossed the intermediate stage. You don't need to be worrying about grammar like that. The way to deal with grammar is through the language, which means that you need to see it when you finally hear un libro. Un libro. Okay, why does it say un libro? Why is it this way? Now your brain goes, okay, there's a pattern. There's something here. Now I will place the rule on top of it. You do not learn the rule first. That's how you learn. All right, so try and get that around you, especially when Duolingo takes its time to break down grammar rules for you as well. Oh God, it's so bad. It's so bad, you guys. It's so bad. It is so far gone. You don't even understand how far off this is from the proper, good tenets of language learning. Now, the goal here with this stuff is what I said, is that you're gonna have 7 days of doing just this. What I want you to do in the first 3 days is to repeat the same content. The same book that you kind of read, it's maybe in a paragraph, right? Nothing big. The same little YouTube clip, whether that's Peppa Pig for 2-3 minutes or something small with subtitles, something that makes and guarantees that you understand it. You want to watch that over and over and over again within your 10 to 15 minutes that you're going to do it, all right? Then you're going to read something on that specific thing. You can use ChatGPT to take the Peppa Pig clip, right? Throw that into ChatGPT or any of these AI things and tell it to give you a story with comprehensible input using the vocab and the high frequency words that you have in there. And I want you to just focus on that for those 3 days, all right? That's all the time you can give to it. Just do that. And then the retrieval part is so crucial. Just do this. That's it. I'm not gonna make this there's a million of the things that we could get into here, but at the very least, if you do this and then you change for those last 4 days, meaning, okay, I did those 3, now I'm gonna change and I'm gonna do the same thing, but with different content for the other 4 days, and you come back and you go look at what it is that you're able to say and convey, I guarantee you it'll be 10 times better than whatever you're doing with Duolingo, period.